Beyond his academic achievements and media acclaim, Dr. Datta has actively served in key government roles, heading media and parliamentary affairs for the Defence Minister Shri Rajnath Singh Ji. Additionally, he has an integral part of the national teams associated with Education Minister Shri Dharmendra Pradhan Ji and Tourism and Culture Minister Shri G. Kishan Reddy Ji, adding a practical dimension to his distinguished career. Sir was one of the youngest team members of the former Prime Minister Shri Atal Bihari Vajpayee Ji. However, Dr. Datta's passion for making a positive impact extends beyond the corridors of power. As a patron and social thinker, he collaborates with various NGOs and business houses to foster social growth and progress. In the presence of such eminence, I invite you all to join me in welcoming the esteemed Dr. Datta, a captivating speaker who will undoubtedly leave us enriched, inspired and eager to engage with the Mission 2047 Vikshit Bharat. Please sir, the stage is yours.
नमस्कार। संध्या की समय है। जिस तरह का बरसात हुआ है वो सब मैं समझता हूँ कि शिव जी और माता रानी काल भैरव और काल भैरवी के रूप में आप सब के ऊपर आशीर्वाद का बौछार किए हैं। मैं देख रहा था पार्टीशन के हॉलोकास्ट के ऊपर ये नेशनल स्कूल ऑफ ड्रामा का ये छोटा सा ड्रामा। मेरा गुजारिश रहेगा आप सब से कि कृपया करके 30 सेकंड के लिए खड़े हो जाइए in honor of those who attained martyrdom in that Holocaust when our lovely country was divided. Thank you so much. Do forgive me if I'm little emotional because my family had faced the partition. Undivided Bengal. Our family used to have a very big zamindari riyasat in East Bengal as well as Bengal. My grandfather from my maternal side and my paternal side, they were very active in the politics of Netaji Subhash Chandra Bose of the Indian National Army. I consider Netaji Subhash Chandra Bose to be the first Prime Minister of India because he was the one who had unfurled the tricolor in Andaman Islands as well as in Manipur and Nagaland. Pandit Nehru, this is my own individual thinking and historically it is true, he was the second nominated Prime Minister of our country, winning the election with only one single vote of his out of 11 votes from the 11 provinces of divided India. In that Holocaust, when my grandfather from my parents' maternal side and paternal side, when they had to leave East Bengal and the land holdings in East Bengal. Many of you must have heard about the Titagarh paper mill, the oldest paper mill of the Indian subcontinent. That used to be a paper mill of my paternal great grandfather. And we used to export indigenous handmade paper from India to Europe, including Germany, France, and other countries. Because they were very active in the freedom struggle, both my grandfathers, they had set for the Indian civil services in London just to prove that Indians are not inferior to the white. They set for it. They cleared the exam. They got the letter from the Queen, tore the letter, and renounced the Indian civil services. Because of this, after independence, 14th of August, midnight, 1947, they were both arrested by the Jinnah government and they were kept under house arrest. My paternal grandfather and my maternal grandfather was released little earlier. He came back to India in 1952. Paternal grandfather was in Sylhet jail, Nazarband जिसको बोलते हैं, home arrest, till 1965, before the Indo-Pak War of 1965. When Pakistan was defeated in the Indo-Pak War, then he was released and he came to India after that, and 2 years or 3 years after that he died. During that Holocaust itself, when I was a toddler, I used to listen to stories from my grandmother, like मेरे पिता के जो चाचा थे, उनके जो मिसेस, मतलब other family grandmothers, they used to tell me that the Padma River, the Meghna River, the Jamuna River, which is Brahmaputra, and the Kushihara and the Barak River, and Buri Ganga River in Dhaka had become red on the direct action day, and after that, because of countless dead bodies of Hindus, Christians, and Buddhists who were slaughtered, and mincemeat was done by the fanatic mob under the clarion call of Jinnah in the direct action day. We all know about the great Calcutta killing of direct action day of Suravati. But I think the Noakhali killing, the Lahore killing, the Rawalpindi killing, the Sialkot killing, Karachi killing, Dhaka killing, Habiganj killing, Sylhet killing, Chittagong killing, Murshidabad killing, Amritsar killing, Ludhiana killing, in which there was frenzy from both the sides from the Muslim side as well as the Hindu side. I think so big was the carnage that perhaps the great Calcutta killing would look small before those killings. Question also comes to mind as to क्या भारत का क्या एक ही बार बंटवारा हुआ है? I think 47 was the last Batwara of this country. Before I start in depth on that, as I said, it is a very pleasant evening, and I always dedicate my speech with a shloka to the goddess of learning. And this is a Vidya Mandir. So I dedicate it with Ma Saraswati's shloka, seeking for her blessings, ताकि मेरे तरफ से कोई त्रुटि ना हो, और अनजाने में अगर कोई त्रुटि हो तो माता रानी मुझे क्षमा करे। सरस्वती महाभागे विद्या कमललोचने विद्या रूपे विशालाक्षी विद्याधारी नमस्तुते। जय जय देवी चराचरा सारे, कुछ जब शोभित मुक्ताहारे, बीना रंजित पुस्तक हस्ते, भगवती भारती विद्या देवी नमोस्तुते। सर्वमंगल मंगल्ये शिवे सर्वार्थ साधिके, शरण्ये त्र्यंबके गौरी नारायणी नमोस्तुते। सृष्टि स्थिति विनाशनम शक्तिभूते सनातनी, गुणोमय गुणोश्रय नारायणी नमोस्तुते। सहस्र शस्त्र हरे देवी नारायणी नमोस्तुते। सहस्र शस्त्र हरे देवी नारायणी नमोस्तुते। ये श्लोक बोलने का और ये श्लोक बताने का एक कारण है। When we talk about knowledge, when we talk about culture, when we talk about civilization, when we talk about ancient past, and when we talk about vidya, विद्या तभी सुरक्षित रहती है जब उसके ऊपर शक्ति की आशीर्वाद हो। विद्या तभी सुरक्षित रहती है जब विद्या के साथ इटर्नल लक्ष्मी या फिर महालक्ष्मी जिनको कहते हैं, वो महालक्ष्मी की योगदान हो। यानी कि महाविद्या महादेवी माँ सरस्वती विद महालक्ष्मी और महाशक्ति, ये त्रिमूर्ति ही पूरा विद्या का भंडार बनाता है। और इसीलिए देवी पुराण में ये श्लोक है कि सहस्र शस्त्र हरि देवी नारायणी नमोस्तुते। सहस्र शस्त्र हरि देवी नारायणी नमोस्तुते। नारायणी नमोस्तुते इसलिए क्योंकि नारायण जिनको पूजते हैं, नारायण के जो बहन हैं वो नारायणी हैं, और क्योंकि नारायण पूजते हैं इसलिए वो श्रेष्ठ है। इसलिए नारायणी नमोस्तुते। नारायण ने जब देवी माँ की स्तुति की थी, जब राजा दक्ष के तरफ से जब वो हुआ था, सती का जब उन्होंने जब सेल्फ इमोलेट किए, और जब प्रलय हुआ था, शिव जी जब अपने तीसरे नेत्र खोल के तांडव कर रहे थे, तो उस समय महादेवी यानी कि आदि शक्ति को नारायण ने पूजा किया था, ये कहते हुए कि महाप्रभु महादेव को आप ही शांत कर सकते हो। और इसीलिए मैं आपको कहीं ना कहीं पे नमन करता हूँ नारायणी नमोस्तुते कह के, क्योंकि आप शिव दूती हो, यानी कि शिव के अर्धांगिनी हो। और इसलिए उनको ब्रह्मणी भी कहते हैं, शिवरानी भी कहते हैं, और नारायणी भी कहते हैं। दुनिया में संतुलन रखने के लिए और प्रलय के बाद दोबारा निर्माण करने के लिए, और निर्माण में विद्या की प्रकाश हो, तो इसलिए सहस्र शास्त्र हरे देवी नारायणी नमोस्तुते, यानी कि आपके हजारों भुजाओं में हजारों किताबें हैं विद्या की, जिसके माध्यम से जो प्रलय के दौरान और जब चरम गंदगी पे समाज जाती है और जब असुरी शक्ति हावी होता है, उनको सही दिशा दिखाने के लिए और उनको सही जगह पे लाने के लिए आप ये नॉलेज की जो किताब है, द बुक्स ऑफ नॉलेज, you enlighten the whole world with that books of knowledge through your 1,000 hands. And how do you do that? to make the demonic forces to renounce their Rajasic Sukh as well as their Tamasic Sukh, so that they can come back to the Sattvic Guna. उसके लिए सहस्र शस्त्रा हरे देवी नारायणी नमोस्तुते, यानी कि हजारों भुजाओं में विद्या की दीप प्रज्वलित करने के लिए आप ऐसे लोगों का हजारों शस्त्र के साथ आप ऐसे लोगों का ध्वंस करते हो और महिषासुर या फिर रक्तवीच या फिर धूम्रलोचन को आप खत्म करते हो और तब जाके आप पुनः स्थापित करते हो विद्या को। तो ये है भारत की इतिहास, ये है भारत की संस्कृति। पुरातन भारत, मैंने क्यों कहा कि ये अंतिम विभाजन है भारत का? मैं पुरातन काल पे जाता हूँ, अंग्रेज़ों के ज़माने पे आने से पहले लेट मी गो टू द एंशिएंट times. I go back to the civilizational period, which according to the Marxist historian like Romila Thapar and others, who were paid historians of the Congress and of the Marxist dominion, they wrote a history in which they reluctantly and grudgingly they accept India and Indian civilization to be 5,000 years old during the time of the Mohenjo-daro and the Harappa civilization. But then the carbon dating which has taken place in Kurukshetra as well as in Thanishwar and other places in Haryana, Kalibangan, Lothal in Gujarat, the Dwarkapuri, the submerged Dwarkapuri of Gujarat, Dwarka Bhet ke aage, and also of Mohenjo-daro, Harappa, and as far as Herat and Helmand and Sistan province of Afghanistan, the artifacts found there, the grains found there, the pottery found there, through carbon dating, it has been found that the Sanatani civilization of this country is no less than 20,000 to 35,000 years old, if not earlier. The Ram Setu structure and the Ram Setu pillars, and the stones which are there, which NASA as well as ISRO, the carbon dating which they did under the order of the Honorable Supreme Court of India when the UPA government was hell-bent upon in destroying the Ram Setu, the carbon dating of ISRO, and which was in a way given a kind of a ratification by the NASA, the carbon dating of those stones of Ram Setu has an age of 35,000 years to 1 lakh years before the last glacial age. And these are man-made structures. These are not natural structures, which has been proved by NASA as well as by ISRO. So in a nutshell, जब हम लोग सतयुग, त्रेता युग, द्वापर युग और कलयुग के बारे में कहते हैं, जब हम लोग कहते हैं कि लाखों साल पुराने हैं, वो कहीं ना कहीं पे दर्शाता है इन सब साइंटिफिक स्टडीज के माध्यम से. So therefore, this country is the mother of all civilization. This country is the culture of all civilization, and that is the reason why Latin is the daughter of Sanskrit, or for that matter, the modern English, the modern French, the modern Spanish, the modern German, the modern Dutch. These are granddaughters or grand-granddaughters of Latin, and which means that the great-great-grandmother of all these languages is Sanskrit. This is what Bharat is all about. Let me come to Eastern Europe, 10 minutes I'll take on this and then I'll come to the modern period. Eastern Europe, starting from Lithuania, Estonia, Moldova, Serbia, Yugoslavia, Romania, Armenia, Spain, Portugal, Russia, Georgia, Belarus. There is a community called the Salvik Vedas. Now, who are the Salvik Vedas? The people who follow the Salvik Veda culture, they are not Christian, they are not Muslim. They are Salvik Vedic people. In India, we follow the 4 Vedas. The Salvik Veda people, they follow the 3 Vedas. The Rig Veda, Yajur Veda, and the Sam Veda. Their Adi Purush is Mahayogi, which is Kal Bhairav or Lord Shiva. And the Adi Mata is Mahayogini or Goddess Adi Shakti. In Ukraine, even after huge persecution, even now, they are 65,000 in number in Ukraine. This is per the statistics given by the European Commission, and these are official statistics. In Russia, they number around 1 lakh, and the rest of the European countries, another 1.5 lakh. So that's one that shows the strong connectivity between India and the Salvik Vedic people. Ancient Armenia, when St. Paul's and St. Dominic, under the first crusade, when they invaded ancient Armenia for the establishment of Christian religion, there was a pitched battle which was fought with a Brahmin kingdom in ancient Armenia, and this is there in the writings of as well as Saint Dominic of the Old Testament. In that pitched battle of this Brahmin kingdom of Armenia, who according to them were pagan worshipper, because they used to worship a kind of a deity who were 3-headed and had long hair with a crescent moon and water flowing down. That is the description which is there. That is no one but Lord Shiva. And the priest who defended the temple in Armenia, they were 5,000 Brahmin priests. After the defeat of the kingdom of Armenia, the Brahmin kingdom of Armenia, all these people were forcefully converted into Christianity. The Roma Gypsy, the Gypsies of Romania, Austria, Hungary, Spain and other areas, today they are Christian, but culture-wise, Sanskriti-wise, tradition-wise, they are Hindu. Why? Because their religion is definitely Christian, but then their script, their scripture, as well as their philosophical books are all directly, indirectly connected with Sanskrit, Pali and Prakrit literature. The DNA test of a Roma Gypsy, which was done by Cambridge University as well as by Paris University and other universities, and the DNA structure of the Bhil community of Rajasthan and Gujarat, both were, studied. The DNA structure of the Roma Gypsies and the Bhil and the, like Adivasi community from Sindh, Rajasthan and Gujarat, the DNA structure and the blood group is exactly the same. What happened was, like Muhammad Ghori, in his Ghori Nama, he writes, and I quote, when Muhammad Ghori invaded India And when he was conquering western part of India, Rajasthan, Sindh, Bawalpur in Pakistan, as well as Baluchistan, then Jammu Kashmir and other places, he had taken almost around 5 to 6 lakhs slaves, male slaves, and another 5 to 6 lakh Hindu women as captive slaves. While going from Rajasthan up to Ghazni and then to Kabul, while on the way, almost 60% of the enslaved population, they died because of natural calamities, because of the huge natural disasters in the Thar desert of Sindh and Rajasthan, and also in the Hindu Kush mountain. The rest who survived the natural calamities during winters and came to Ghazni, they were all made slaves, as any conqueror does, irrespective of religion. Any conqueror does that. The males were made slaves. The women were sold as sex slaves. The Blue Mosque in Ghazni, and I quote again a couplet from there. In the main entrance of the Blue Mosque in Ghazni, there is a couplet written in Arabic which says, Duktare Hind Nilame Do Dinar. Duktare Hind is what? Duktare Hind is actually Dukhiari Hind. Hind is India, Dukhiari. Dukhiari is, of course, the woman. Duktare. Nilame Do Dinar. Nilam in 2 dinar each. They were sold in the bazaar of Ghazni, as well as in the bazaar of Kabul, and later on in Baghdad. It took the Arabic hordes almost around 360 to 370 years to capture Afghanistan. Series of battles, one after another. First, they tried to enter Afghanistan through Iranian Baluchistan and Pakistan Baluchistan. They did not succeed from the Helmand Herat area. The kingdom of Zabulistan, which is below Kabul, the ancient kingdom of Zabulistan, who were the people of Zabulistan, they used to worship the sun god. And the ancient temple of sun god in Herat in Afghanistan used to be the biggest sun temple of the Indian subcontinent. The description given by the Muslim saints who had traveled as travelers during that period with the Arabs, they describe that the idol of the sun god was made out of 200 mon, which means 200 kilotons of pure gold, with almost around 30 carat each of ruby in the eyes, red ruby in the eyes, so much so, and the crystal ruby was so clear that it used to be visible from 10 kilometers away from the deserts of Baluchistan of Iran and Afghanistan, and the sun rays which used to fall used to reflect back, and the rubies used to shine. So when the Arab general, when he invaded Herat and when he destroyed the temple there, and he writes in the memoir to the Raja of Zabulistan, O king of the infidels, see, I have destroyed your temple and your deity could not protect you, so who will protect you? Come to the Sharan of the Khalifa of Baghdad. Khalifa ke Sharan mein aa jao aur aap bach jaoge. And then Zabulistan was converted after that, and then started the onslaught for Kabul and for Gandhara and Balkh.